respectability. The milkman, the paper boy, evening TV. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
Hello there everybody, this is Krista and welcome back to Crochet Witch Tarot and another month of excitements. These are some of my favorite videos to make, and I feel like the reason is because I love, before I make these videos, I sit down and I make these lists. Ooh, is it gonna focus on that? My lists. In a little digital notebook I have. It's kind of cool. I didn't do this on purpose, but it has sort of turned into a like a record of sorts, where I can look back on these pages and see what I was enjoying from month to month. These are also my favorite videos to watch that other people put out. So there's that as well. I always get so excited, like, yes, please tell me. I want to know what you did this month. I want to know the decks you used. Do you have another hobby? Tell me about that. What were your favorites about that? I'm nosy. I always want to know. Anyways, July excitements. I think we're gonna start with memories. I always like starting with that. I took that note from Lisa Papez. She always starts her videos with memories. I think that's so nice to do. So, one of my favorite memories this month is we went to a pig roast. We go every year. I'm not super into the roasting of the pig. That's a lot. I don't see it happen. I don't want to know. The events around it is what I like. So it's one of our good friends, and everybody who goes sets up tents in their backyard. They set it up so nice, where there's all these nice string lights kind of leading up to the camping area, fire pits, and we have lawn games to play, and we stay for the whole weekend, and it's just a lot of fun. I will not stay in a tent, otherwise I won't do it. I won't do it. We bring air mattresses. There is running water and a house right nearby. But it's a lot of fun. We get to hang out with all of our friends and go to the beach. So we go to the Rhode Island beaches, which I had never been to until last year was my first time going, so that was a lot of fun. That leads into my second favorite memory, is I got to go to the beach twice. I got to go twice this month. I didn't really think I was going to get to do that, but I have another friend who lives super, super close to one of the beaches in Connecticut, so I visited her this past weekend and was able to go to the beach with her. Realizing now, I forgot to bring a favorite that's related. We gotta go grab that. Hold on, pause. Okay, I mean, did you think I was gonna go to the beach and not get shells and rocks? I have my own, I call it my beach bucket. It's a beach pail, the ones you can make sandcastles out of, which I did. I did make a sandcastle, and if I do say so myself, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful sandcastle. It was for the crabs. Anyway, I got some really neat shells, mostly from the Connecticut beach this past weekend. There were tons and tons of oyster shells. This is the outer layer, but look at the inside. Isn't that so pretty? So I got some really nice ones. I didn't want to take too many, you know, let others enjoy and such. But I just think they're so neat. This one was a really cool one. And there also are some really cool stones that are green. I did look up, or tried to look up what they are. Ooh. I'm forgetting what it was though. What kind of stone. But I just thought that was the coolest thing. So that is for sure a favorite. I love getting to go to the beach and collect shells especially finding these oyster shells. I'm really excited. I actually used one. Oh, I guess I had one here. I have this nice big one. It's a little broken, but I don't want to tip it over. I was using it for an incense cone. Isn't that a neat idea? And, oh, hold on. I forgot the most important. The most important shells. I found these. I think these are abalone, however you want to say it. These were on the Connecticut beach as well. Is that just not the prettiest thing you've ever seen? They're these translucent, like super shiny shells. I have a ton of these that I put in another big oyster shell to keep on my little altar space back here. So, very exciting. Also that both times I got to go with friends that I don't see a lot. It was a lot of fun. My last memory that I have to share that is a favorite is, actually no, two. I don't know what just made me think of this one that I'm gonna mention it. I watched the original Top Gun movie for the first time, ever. 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago? One of those. I had never seen it. It's my dad's favorite movie. I had never seen it. So they visited and he brought his DVD with him. We watched it. It's so cheesy. So cheesy. It has aged to be rather cheesy. But the soundtrack to that movie, it added to the cheese, but it made it. It made it. I would watch it again right now. I cannot, first of all, I can't sit down and watch movies. I can't do it. I can't sit still for that long. But for me to say I would watch it again right now is saying a lot. And the Kenny Loggins song that was made for it, Danger Zone, I think it is. I listened to it on my ride into work. It's been stuck in my head since seeing the movie. But to tell you, when I hear that song, I'm like, I can fly a plane. I want to fly a plane. I want to go right now. I want to fly a plane. I want to take lessons. Just makes you feel like you can fly a plane. That's my opinion. Okay, getting into the last memory favorite is that I got to do my first YouTube live ever. I was on Tarot Stash's channel. Gerald from Tarot Stash had on me and Andy. We were talking about Andy's tarot deck, Tarot Feeling, which is a deck that I love. There's two different versions. I don't have the version, because I do have a favorite version. I like them both, but I do have a favorite version, and I keep it at work. It is a deck comprised of all of these images of different people, and what I love to use it for is before work, kind of to get myself ready to interact with all different sorts of people that are going to come into the library for the day. It just puts me in that kind of compassion, community mode, I guess. But we got to be on Gerald's live to talk about her deck, and it was so much fun. The setup was really cool. It was a deck casual, I think is how you say the title. But how it works is we each went around and got to talk about some of our favorite cards and our least favorite cards, and it just was a really fun kind of hangout. I loved it. I'm hoping we get to be on again for her next deck. I think that is in the works. So, but if you didn't get to see that video, I will put a link to it down below. But I just had a lot of fun. I was nervous. I've never been live for something. I don't know why I'm nervous, because I don't really edit my videos, so I might as well just be live. But it's different. It's different. But it was a lot of fun. So, I think that is it for memories. So we're going on to my favorite antique thrift find of the month. As I said, my parents visited a few weeks ago now, and my mom loves to go to the antique stores around here. So we went, and we found a treasure of sorts. I mean, do I even have to explain? I think it's meant to be a doorstop. They are cast iron ducks. And we got it for a steal, I have to say. But these are living right in front of our fireplace, and they just look so perfect there. I think I might replace their ribbons. Those are definitely look kind of faded, but I love my ducks. I love them so much. I have so much fun finding little trinkets at antique and thrift stores. So, shall we get on to, what do I want to talk about? Let's talk about deck bags. So, I did a new thing this month, or I tried a new thing, and that was sewing on patches to my crochet tarot bags. If you haven't seen before, I will put a link down to my Etsy shop, which is where you can see and purchase, if you'd like, my crocheted tarot bags. But I was feeling creative this month and just got the idea bug in my head and couldn't let it go, so I found some patches and figured I would just try it out, see what happened. And I really like how they came out. So this is one that I made with this really cool butterfly patch, and then I made one with a daisy. But once I knew it worked, we got some other fun patches to show and put on bags. I don't know if I have them right here. I don't. So stay tuned. I also, when I do shop updates, I post an image on my Instagram, which I will also hopefully remember to link down below, but it's the same as my shop name, Crochet Witch Wears. So here we are, Crochet Witch Tarot, Crochet Witch Wears. I don't know why I made them different. Probably not my best idea, but hey, you win some, you lose some. Anyhow, I was really excited about that. Because I love making these bags, I really do. And I just like finding new ways to kind of spice them up and do something different, and this felt like a really fun way because now it's like there is limitless potential with patches, right? So much fun. So let's move on to books before we go to decks. My favorite book this month was The Fairy Bible. I saw this. Sandy at Exploring Tarot got this book this month as well, and she showed it to me. She was like, I think you'd really like this one. And the images are beautiful, and it really goes through all different types of fairies, sort of how to interact with the fairy realm, holidays, times of year. It's the Fairy Bible, it just feels like it has everything in here. So after she showed that to me, I was like, okay, we are adding this to the list. And I went to a new metaphysical shop that it's a little bit farther from me, so I don't go there. I've only been there maybe one other time. So I was going that direction, so I decided to stop one day, and they had this book. So I was like, okay, we gotta get it. And I'm so happy I did. I've been enjoying this so much this month. It's really been helpful with the fairy work that I do and love to do. And anything I can learn, I want to learn, and it just is so magical. I love this book. I can't recommend this one enough. So, that was my favorite book for the month. Now we shall get into the decks. Starting with my favorite deck mods. So, the first one I did was I finally trimmed my Woodland Warden's Oracle. I had been thinking about it and used it as a deck of the week, maybe 2 weeks ago now, and just realized, like, you know what, I'm going to like this so much better if those white borders are gone. So we finally did it, and I love how this came out. I think it looks so nice without the white borders and just the images and the labels. Like, it makes sense, and I really like the size it's turned into. It's a little bit smaller, so it's easier to place with my tarot cards. This is a deck that I love. So far this year? Yeah, so far this year. This is like a top deck acquirement. Weird word to use, but it really is. This has such a strong place in my practice and my collection, but I feel like I wasn't grabbing for it because of the white borders, which is so silly, it seems, but I really love how this mod turned out. So, happy about that. The other one I did is kind of the same flavor. I got last week, no, maybe 2 weeks ago now, the Steampunk Tarot, which I've been so interested in because I am a Victorian era England fanatic, especially books. Anything I can read that is set there, I want to read. And I kind of felt like this deck had that vibe, because you know that's steampunk. So I've been looking at it for a while, but I was like, I don't know, like those black borders, like I don't know how I feel about it. And then I picked it up, and because I was like, yeah, we can trim off the black borders, it's okay, we can do that. And I'm so glad I did. I love how this deck looks now without, it has black borders all the way around usually, so I just kept, again, the title at the bottom, and I just think it came out so good, and I love the way it reads now compared to when it had the black borders. The guidebook is amazing. It's a Barbara Moore guidebook. I feel like those are my favorite. I just love them. And it's super cool because she references books that are set in kind of that Victorian era, which are my favorite. So now I'm going through and I'm like, I know that book, I know that book, I don't know this book, I have to read it now. So I don't know, it's just like such a other layer. It's very themed and in a way that I appreciate so much. So I'm so happy about this one. I haven't gotten to use it too much yet. I just finished up the mod yesterday. But I already know this one's gonna get a lot of use, especially in, you know, that darker half of the year. I already see myself bringing this out, because that's when I tend to actually sit and read more. Spring, summer, it's just not happening. But fall, winter, we can do, because that's when I want to bring out all my like witchy themed books, Victorian era, all of the things. Very excited about that. So, shall we get into the favorite decks of this month? I think we shall. Starting with, dare I say, my top favorite. The Boo Tarot. Did you guess? I'm so happy I picked this one up. I almost did not. And it just feels like me and this deck were meant to be together. The joy I've gotten out of this deck is endless, and the readings have been so wonderful. I can't say enough good things. This is a deck that when I got it, it was kind of like, I like having my larger collection of decks. So I'm not saying that I am about to just like wipe out everything, but you know, if you tend to have a collection on the larger side, do you ever get a deck where you're like, I love this one so much, like I could get rid of so many of these others if I needed to, if I had to, and I don't, so I won't. But this feels like, as like, since getting it, if I'm in the mood for a just colorful, cute deck, not comforting, but cute, at least cute looking, this is what I want. This is the one I want to grab. So it's just that feeling of like, okay, I mean, I've got plenty of cute decks, as I'm sure you all know. It's that feeling of like, okay, if I was forced to right now to only have one cute deck, this would be it, like hands down. Bold statements I'm making today, and I'm not sorry about it. Ooh, I love this one. My favorite card. That's my favorite card. So good. I could look at this all day. I also think the cardstock is so wonderful. It's very different feeling. I would not do it justice by describing it, so I won't. But also, come on. It sparkles. It sparkles! So that has been such a favorite, will continue to be a favorite. Just wait till October comes. You're gonna be sick of me in this Butero. But this is what I know I'm gonna use all year round. It's got the colors that just fit all the time. It's like the colors fit spring, summer, theme, fall, winter. She does it all. She does it all. What can I say? I've got intense sunlight in my face. Let's scoot back. All right. How do I go from there? I've really made bold statements today, huh? All right, let's go on to the Illuminated Earth Oracle. This is one that I have just had on my list for an endless amount of time, it feels like, and just never, I don't know, I was always unsure. Can we scoot forward and get out of this sun? Whatever. Anyway, so I don't know where I saw it again that I decided, you know what, let's try it. This sunlight is gonna kill me! You know I'm not gonna cut any of this out either. Alright, let's get up close and personal. I don't know where I saw this deck again, but I just felt like I gotta try this one. So I picked this one up and it has been incredible. Game-changing, dare I say. I have been really loving pulling this for my spiritual practice, the cards I pull daily for that. It has worked so well. It works well for daily pulls. I love it. This deck is just so balanced, if not leaning more towards the kind of self-work realm, which I really appreciate. I just don't feel like I have a deck quite like this one. That it's like gently challenging. It kind of just nudges you. And the artwork is so beautiful. Claire Mack is working on a tarot deck. Have you seen that? On her Instagram, she has been giving sneak peeks. I know. I know. So that has been such a favorite this month. I've loved using this one. This one has come out quite a bit. Okay. We'll do another tarot next. My next favorite from this month is the Pixie's Whisper Tarot. This one is also just so much fun. I feel like I had so much fun with decks this month, which is always my aim. Not always, but, well, no, always my aim. Yes, it is. How can I hold these? This deck is just the definition of whimsical. It takes those Smith-Waite images and plays around with them, dramatizes, colorizes. Just makes it so fun. Reading with this has been so fun because it's images that I know well, so it reads very easily for me, yet provides me with that whimsy that I seek out in everything I do. So this one has come out quite a bit. It's also on that amazing Make Playing Cards linen cardstock. You can't go wrong there. Oh, I couldn't recommend this one enough. It's so much fun, and the different backs are also so much fun. I am so glad I saw this on Simon from the Hermit's Mirror. Yes, he was raving about this deck, and so it was another like bug in my brain of like, I just feel like me and that deck are gonna get along, and we do. So I'm very pleased about this one. That is the Pixie's Whisper Tarot. Alright, maybe if I move this way. Oh, you can see my garbage can. That's nice. Alright, the next deck is the Little Bug Oracle. I've loved this one. Oh my gosh. This one has gotten so much use. Ooh. The colors, the keywords, just perfection. I've had such amazing readings using this oracle. I find, especially in conjunction with the Playful Heart Tarot, I really like the combination of these two together. It just brought me so much happiness. I feel like that's been another theme of this month, having fun with them, but these decks have just brought me so much genuine joy. Like, looking at these pictures brings me so much joy. I'll even just take it out just to flip through it and just, these little bugs. I mean, you kidding? Come on. Happy place. Me, that's me. That's where I am. Oh, and I mean the bags. It's so good. I love everything Joanna Nelson does. Not, you know, I don't need everything Joanna Nelson does, but I love everything that she does. And I'm so happy to have this one. And I even have, it came with a bookmark. I don't know if it's over here. Can you tell I just keep piles of things places? Oh my goodness. But yes, this has totally been a favorite this month. Last but not least, we have the Feel Your Chakras Oracle, as I mentioned before, by Andy. I have loved getting the honor of trying out this deck, and it just has such a special place, I feel like, in my collection. I've really enjoyed using this one. The phrases you get can definitely be really confronting, but also comforting and boosting. It just depends on what you need. And I use this deck by pulling my usual pull. So oracle card, then tarot cards, look at those together, have my interpretation, then we pull out one of these and see how it changes it. And a lot of the time it really brings it in a direction that I needed it to be brought. Because sometimes I tend to be gentle with myself. And we need that tough love sometimes. Not that this is like a purely tough love deck. I think that's just how it works for me. So I've really loved using this. It's been so much fun and so different for me. And I really like it. So that is my last deck favorite of the month. So now we shall get into what I'm excited to use next month. Let's start with the Green Witch Tarot. This is one of my decks for the week. This week. And I'm just loving it so much. This feels like my spiritual practice. Like, if I had to pick a deck to showcase exactly what that looks like, it's this. I want to live in this world. It's so immersive. Is that a word? So immersive. I think it is. And it's just been reading so wonderfully for me. And all of the title changes make sense to me. It's just been really, really cool. I don't think I've ever had a deck that I've used and I've been like, yeah, like, this is it. Like, this is my thoughts and this is what kind of I believe, you know? It's so interesting. Look at that. The Witch for the Magician. So cool. I think this one's gonna be so much fun in the fall as well. So I'm just really excited to keep getting to know this deck. So that is the Green Witch Tarot in a still unfinished tarot bag. I made the whole body of it. It just needs a tie, and yet there it sits. The next favorite I have is, excited to work with, Tarot of the Secret Forest. This is a really cool one. If you haven't seen this deck before, this deck has the images in full color, but also if you turn it over, we get a black and white image on the back. And it totally changes the feel of the cards. Now, as I'm flipping through, you'll notice that some of them are black and white, some of them are color. I shuffled them in that way, I guess. Like, it's not backwards. Well, what's the front? I don't know. I shuffled them to show both sides. And I did this because I thought it was just really interesting to almost use it as a way of pulling reversals. But what's been cool is that you would think, okay, the black and white side is reversed, but not always. This deck is very intuitive in the sense that I don't always purely rely on the tarot meaning. I look at the pictures. I need to see what's going on in these pictures and see how the opposite side might change it. Like this card, for example. On the black and white side, they've disconnected and they're kind of standing still. They seem stagnant. It's all dry down here, but on this side, they look like they're in motion, and there's all this water, like kind of, there's an emotional aspect to it and a real walking away, where this one, they seem kind of stuck, don't you think? Super cool. Andy and I went through this deck together, card by card, as sort of a introduction to the deck. We got the deck around the same time. And we went through card by card as sort of a intro deep dive, and it was so cool and fun to do that because now I feel like I just know this deck super well already. Ooh. It was such a cool way to do it. So I'm super excited to keep working with this deck. That is the Tarot of the Secret Forest. And last but not least, I just opened a deck in the mail. Am I building suspense? It is a deck that I so luckily won in a giveaway. I never won a giveaway before. So cool. And I owe it all to Sandy because it was her entry that won. You had to enter, tag a friend, and basically it was like you won it and your friend won it. So really Sandy won it for me. Thanks, Sandy. That is the Carte Postal Tarot. And I am so thankful for winning this giveaway. I really wasn't sure if I was gonna pre-order this one or not. I was really going back and forth, and I didn't end up pre-ordering it. Mostly because I didn't know what the date was that day. Anyways, but I really don't think I would have, because I was just flip-flopping and I was like, well, like, do I have something like this already? Like, do I really need it? I don't really need any of them. That's really, like, that's it. Why would I ask myself that question, you know? But anyway, so I won the giveaway, and it just felt like such a stroke of luck, and like this deck was meant to be with me, and so it came today. I opened it like 30 minutes ago, or however long. I don't know how long I've been recording. However long that is. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. And like me and this deck, I feel like we were meant for each other. It feels perfect for me. It's so good. It's so good. I am so excited about this. I just feel like it was meant to be in my life, whatever way it had to get to me. And gosh, I am so thankful to the creators for doing that giveaway, first of all, and of course to Sandy for winning and tagging me so that I won too. Oh, it's so cool. I don't win many things, you know, but look at the backs. Look at the backs. Oh my gosh. So pretty. I want this in my house. I will wallpaper my house. I know that's like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't wallpaper. Not that you shouldn't, but you know, I feel like eventually everyone has to then scrape the wallpaper off because you don't want the wallpaper. But I would do it. So I'm really excited about this one. I'm excited to get to know it this month. I really plan on using this quite a bit because I'm so excited about it. I think I should just pull out this and the Boo Tarot and the Green Witch. I'm excited about all my decks, but those ones have been like real highlights so far. But that is my last excitement to show. So I hope you all enjoyed this video and have a wonderful rest of your week. We are almost at the weekend, right? I'm posting this on Thursday. We're almost there. Keep going. Have a good night.